여기에 한 UFC 선수가 있습니다. 평균 신장이 190을 훌쩍 넘는 헤비급 선수들 사이에서 그의 키는 고작 176cm였습니다. 헤비급에서는 작은 체격이었지만 그는 2m가 넘는 거인들마저 마치 딱지치기라도 하듯 넘겨버리며 수많은 사람들을 놀라게 했습니다. 하지만 그런 그에게도 끝내 넘지 못한 벽이 있었습니다. 그리고 결국 선수 생활의 끝을 받아들이는 순간도 찾아옵니다. 많은 사람들은 이 순간들이 코미어 인생에서 가장 힘든 순간이었다고 생각합니다. 하지만 사실 그의 인생에서 가장 견디기 힘들었던 순간은 따로 있었습니다.
There was an accident on the highway and 3 people were injured, but there was only one fatality and it was her. Just some guy being irresponsible, not paying attention. The baby's strapped in exactly as she's supposed to be. The guy bangs into the back of the car. She died at the scene. We barricaded in Killeen, Texas. I just remember her casket being so small. So small. I just remember her in the casket and just not understanding why stuff like that keeps happening. It's like, why does stuff like this keep happening?
이 말을 이해하려면 시간을 조금 더 거슬러 올라가야 합니다. 그의 진짜 이야기는 어린 시절부터 시작됩니다.
So this is my stepfather. He raised me, man. When my biological dad left, he got remarried, started a new family. I have one memory of my biological father, just one. I think he was a truck driver, and we were at a truck stop one day, and he was like cleaning his truck. But that's the only memory I have of my biological dad. But I do remember the day he passed away. He got killed, man, murdered by his new father-in-law. At the time, shot him on Thanksgiving, and I just remember like going to a funeral for my dad. I remember being at my aunt's house and we were watching The Color Purple. And I just remember my mom getting a phone call and everybody just going absolutely crazy. I couldn't really understand what was going on. Growing older, I then started to realize what a father was supposed to be in your life. And I understand that he wasn't that. That's why my dad, Percy Benoit, the one that's on my chest here, showed me what it is to be a father. When I was younger, we were on government assistance. I watched him decline government assistance when we needed every cent of it in order to make a way for themselves. I watched my dad get up in the morning and go and work for the city of Lafayette. And then right afterwards, at 5 o'clock, come home and take a shower and drive to the local pizza parlor and wash dishes to ensure that we had everything. My mom would clean other people's houses, and she took us to see how hard life could be. And you know, a lot of times kids have bullies, but they have like one kid. It's like one kid that actually makes your life a living hell. And I had that same type of situation. I had a bully. His name is Gilbert. To this day, Gilbert is still around the same height. He's only about 5'5", 5'6", but he was 5'6" when we were like 10. He was the biggest kid. One time, he had an egg in his hand and he punched me with it. And it broke in my eye and I fell down. And I got up and I just left. I wouldn't fight the kid. Like I had something that was like a block. Like I could not allow myself to stand up to this kid. Like I was so scared. Well, one day after I started wrestling, it saved me for like the last 2 years of middle school. Wrestling saved me. Anyway, Gilbert came over and he was going to kick my ass again for the the kid's like 99-1 against me in my entire life, you know. He was coming to kick my ass for the 100th time. He just didn't know that I had learned to wrestle. Because every time someone would try to get me, I would actually take him down and then I would beat him up. So as soon as he went to get me, I took his ass down, put him in a half Nelson. He's like flopping around on his belly like, what is going on here? I was like, you see, this is your life now if you try to kick my ass again. And then they stopped. They just left me alone. And from like that day, I was like, no one's bullying me because I can stand up for myself. Wrestling was, especially in Louisiana, the best kids were the private school kids. So they kind of had money. My mom bought me a pair of shoes from Academy Sports. Fortunately, they only had purple shoes. They made fun of me. They was messing with me the whole time, but I was the best one. So when I started winning and winning and winning, that's how I got their respect. And when we would take 20, 30 kids around the country, I would be the only one that was like place and winning national championships.
코미어는 올림픽 금메달이라는 레슬링 선수로서의 꿈은 이루지 못했지만 31살이라는 결코 적지 않은 나이에 또 다른 꿈을 향한 새로운 도전을 시작합니다.
I started old. I was almost 31 when I started fighting. My manager, Dwayne Zinkin, he actually started talking to me right out of college in 2001, and he said, listen, this is a sport for you. He said, have you ever been in a fight? And I was like, yeah. I grew up in Louisiana. If I didn't learn to fight, I was just going to get beat up all the time. And even though I thought I knew how to fight, I still got beat up all the time, you know? So myself, Velasquez, and Rockhold, all born, raised, formed inside the walls of AKA. I came for about a week and I fell in love with the place. Luke Skyler Rockhold. I wrestled as long as I did. You know, I wrestled in the last two Olympics in 04 and 08. I walked in here as a two-time Olympian, six-time U.S. national champion, NCAA All-American. About a month later, I was fighting in my first fight. I told my cousin the day of my first fight, I said, I'm going to have to become a totally different person because I'm going into a cage and I'm going to fight. It wasn't very pretty, but I won. And then after the fight, I realized I'm the same person that I've always been. I just understand the sport that I'm in now.
그리고 코미어는 스트라이크 포스에서 무려 11연승을 기록하며 종합격투기 선수로서의 입지를 탄탄하게 다져나갔습니다. 이후 스트라이크 포스가 UFC에 흡수되면서 그는 만 34세라는 결코 적지 않은 나이에 UFC 헤비급으로 데뷔하게 됩니다.
Dana sat after the press conference and said that I'll be in the UFC and I'll get a championship fight. You know, so it's done. I'm going.
그는 UFC에서도 연승을 이어가며 어느새 타이틀 도전권을 눈앞에 둔 위치까지 올라갔지만 코미어는 누구도 예상하지 못한 선택을 하게 됩니다.
I'm gonna be at 205 next fight.
Taking himself to basically number 2 status in the heavyweight division. The guy that was number 1, his teammate, his friend, Cain Velasquez. Those two simply were not going to fight.
This is his division. I'm not going to fight Cain Velasquez. I'm not going to fight Luke Rockhold. It'll never happen. There was never a time, guys, that Cain Velasquez didn't show up for me. The first thing Cain did was take me under his wing and guided me. He never saw me as competition, never viewed me as anything more than a guy to train together and get better together. And because of that, I don't want to raise my hand to hurt Cain Velasquez in any way, shape, or form. No. Cain's holding the belt at heavyweight, and I obviously want to fight the guy at the lower division more than anyone else because I want to get a belt.
There's a guy on my mind. I'm gonna be the champion eventually. Those guys can't get away from me for long.
코미어는 현재 챔피언인 케인과는 절대 싸울 수 없다고 말하며 결국 한 체급 아래인 라이트헤비급으로 체급을 내리게 됩니다. 그러나 이 선택을 달가워하지 않는 한 선수가 있었습니다.
I think he should come down to the division and get a title shot right away. I think that's a little ridiculous. Daniel, you know, in that last fight, he didn't look like a person that's ready to compete against the number 1 fighter at the light heavyweight division.
당시 대부분의 사람들은 코미어가 라이트헤비급에서 성공하기 어려울 것이라고 예상했습니다. 하지만 코미어는 승리를 거듭하며 그런 우려를 하나씩 지워나갔고 마침내 당시 최고의 선수라 불리던 존존스와 맞서게 됩니다.
We were at the MGM Grand and he headbutted me, like put his head on me. So I push him, so the fucker attacks me.
Yo, DC, you suck. You suck.
Him and Cormier were in that interview.
Yeah.
And they thought that the cameras were off.
Right.
And they started talking to each other back and forth.
Hey, are you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. You're just the fakest person. I actually admire that you can actually be this fake and like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. It's like you're a chameleon.
What makes John Jones even scarier is when you put John Jones in front of a camera and he tries to be normal.
Yes.
And he tries to talk to there is a dark side to John Jones.
It's unbelievable how fake you can really be. Like you are just such a my God. It is amazing. It is amazing. Because you are just terrible. You're the fucking scum of the earth. You are a terrible human being, but you can sure turn it on, huh?
Thank you. You know I would absolutely kill you if you ever did something like that.
You could never kill me.
Oh, I bet you I could.
You gonna chop me on the neck and get beat up, and I had you on your back. What? In like 6 seconds. You suck. You felt so weak.
Then you should try, John. You really should try, John.
I would literally kill you. You spit in my face.
Yeah, let's try that, John.
Literally kill you.
Let's try that, John.
I'm not saying I would fight you. I said I would kill you.
John, do you think? John, do you think I'm just gonna sit there and let you kill me, John? I mean, really?
Still going live.
When you say live, like who can hear it?
It's out. It's out in the air.
Oh, so people can use this.
He does such a poor job of hiding the type of person that he really is that it's almost like he knows that we know that he's not being completely genuine. I always ran. I never walked.
There is nothing you can do to stop me from coming at you round after round with the most malicious techniques I know. You will lose this fight, Daniel Cormier. I want you to believe it. Every ounce of training you put in leading up to this fight will be a waste of your life.
Good right hand over the top by DC. Nice knee, elbow in tight. Another one. Good. This ultimate grudge match. Look at this. Goes the distance.
It felt great to take Daniel Cormier's undefeated record.
I don't like Daniel Cormier. I don't respect Daniel Cormier. I hope he's somewhere crying right now. I'm sure he is.
But you know, man, I've had to rebuild myself a number of times like people can't even imagine. And this is no different. This is not gonna ruin me. You know, one way or the other. I'm gonna stand across the cage from that man again, and I'll believe just as I did tonight, and I'll take the fight to him again, I guess.
Breaking news just into Fox Sports 1. The UFC has stripped Jon Jones of his light heavyweight title and suspended him indefinitely after Jones is charged in a felony hit-and-run incident.
Jones was tested out of competition. When he was tested, he tested positive for cocaine.
Rosado rolls in to Jackson's gym to do a test on Jon Jones. So he can see them coming. So they don't know what to do with him. They hide him underneath the cage. Jon Jones hides under the cage.
Following his arrest in a hit-and-run crash here in Albuquerque.
Police say Jones ran a red light at Wantabo and Southern Sunday, crashed into a car carrying a pregnant woman, then ran from the scene. He's facing a felony hit-and-run charge because the woman broke her arm. Police found a marijuana pipe and residue in the car, but he's not facing any sort of drug charges. Jones turned himself in yesterday evening and bonded out of jail shortly after.
결국 존존스는 뺑소니 사건으로 인해 챔피언 벨트를 박탈당하게 되며 공석이 된 챔피언 벨트를 두고 코미어와 앤서니 존슨이 맞붙게 됩니다.
First time since 2011, a man other than Jon Jones will be called champion at 205. He's gonna tap. He's tapping. And it's all over! Daniel Cormier! It's the new UFC light heavyweight champion!
I won't mess it up. I won't get myself in any trouble. I'm gonna live my life the correct way, and I'm gonna be a champion the kids can look up to and hopefully aspire to be like.
Joe Rogan, no disrespect to you or the 16,000 people in this arena, but I have a message for one man. Jon Jones, get together. I'm waiting for you.
He has the belt, but he's not the champ.
Can he look himself in the mirror and call himself the champion, knowing he never beat me? No, we all know that.
그리고 이어진 첫 번째 타이틀 방어전에서 코미어는 알렉산더 구스타손을 꺾으며 존존스를 제외하면 자신을 막을 선수는 없다는 것을 다시 한번 증명해냈습니다. 하지만 방어전을 거듭하며 승리를 이어가더라도 팬들의 시선은 쉽게 바뀌지 않았습니다. 존존스가 존재하는 한 많은 팬들은 코미어를 진정한 챔피언으로 인정하지 않았던 거죠. 결국 그 모든 의문을 끝낼 방법은 단 하나였습니다. 존존스를 직접 꺾는 것 뿐이었죠. 그리고 마침내 코미어와 팬들 모두가 기다리던 두 사람의 두 번째 맞대결이 성사되는 듯 했습니다.
And I walk out there as the champion and people said, "You are not our champion." They booed me terribly.
John Jones. And the reigning, defending light heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel Cormier.
You know, when it comes to guys, that makes a lot of sense. It really does make a lot of sense. But boo me, yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Boo me, and I'd be like, "What is going on?"
Right, yeah.
Like, I know who this dude is. Yeah. You know who he is. But you're booing me.
The last time I was just fighting to win. This time I'm fighting to kick his ass.
Guys, I've been sober. I haven't done all these things. I haven't wrecked my vehicle. I haven't been suspended. I didn't get stripped from my championship. I didn't do all those things. Guys, these are normal things that adult human beings do. You cheer this guy for saying he's not going to do these things anymore. I have done this my entire life, but you boo me.
하지만 경기를 불과 며칠 앞두고 또다시 예상치 못한 문제가 발생하게 됩니다.
The UFC organization was notified tonight that the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency has informed John Jones of a potential anti-doping policy violation, and therefore the fight has been removed from the fight card.
Danny, come on. Come on.
I know, bro. Fuck, I'm so sorry.
Come on. Oh, man, it's so hard.
I know, I'm so fucking sorry.
Like, is there anything I can do? Like, I'll sign a release and we can just fight.
Can't do it.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to fight.
You know, we're supposed to fight a guy people consider the greatest of all time. Now, we get to fight the other guy that people say might be the greatest of all time.
Your DC Cormier.
Of course, I would have loved to have fought John again when I was 36, but the world works the way the world works, and our time is now. I've been asked this question, Ariel, a number of times. Do you have to beat John Jones to secure your legacy, to make sure your career meant? I'm like, how could everything I have done been for nothing if I hadn't beat one person?
When you look at DC, is he a legitimate champion? Is that the real belt over there?
No, he never beat me. All the other light heavyweights that he wants, he can beat every light heavyweight. Until he beats me, that belt over there is a piece of shit.
Declaring the winner by knockout, and now, and again, the new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, John Bones Jones.
I want to take this time to thank Daniel Cormier for being my biggest rival.
I cried in the octagon. I cried before I went to bed. But you know what I cried the most? When Sunday morning, I'm laying on the couch next, and my kids are in bed with their mom, and my boy rolls over and he taps his mom, because every time he'd never go to the fights, he wanted to know if his dad won. He tapped his mom and he goes, "Mom, did Dad win?" And she said, "No, Pop, he didn't win this time." So I got my back to him and I'm crying. And not long after, I feel like my boy behind me hugging me, you know? That was the hurtful thing.
Oh, man, I'm so disappointed.
What can you say at all about this and the rivalry between you and John?
If you win both fights, there is no rivalry, so I don't know.
Go to Hawaii on vacation, and I start seeing Dana calling me, and he goes, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm in Hawaii." I was like, I'm on vacation. He goes, "Fuck." I go, "What's up?" He was like, "Daniel," he was like,
John Jones tested positive for turinabol from a sample the day before your guys' fight, of course.
Jones failed a drug test at UFC 214.
He tested positive again, and And I go, so what does this mean? Dana White called me today and he said, the championship is getting returned to you. The fight is a no contest. So once again, I'm the UFC champion. I can know through the fights that, yeah, man, maybe this dude was just better than me. But I also know that if you're not doing the things that aren't boosting you, can you really work to the level that I'm working? Like, I always work so hard.
The amount of steroids in John's body was like taking a pinch of salt and throwing it into an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
But what was it doing there in the first place?
And that's something that we have no clue how it got into my body.
Young man, tall, got all the physical gifts. The dude's so talented, he could win the fights anyway. He beats me. Next time, steroids, fail. Next time, steroids, fail. It's like every time we fight, and you win the fight, that memory does not disappear. They find out he tests positive for steroids. They say, oh man, he's suspended for 18 months. Now you get 18 months, still got your money, right? You're still only 25 years old, 26 years old. I'm 37, and you're 27. You get a year off. It's easy for him to say that water under the bridge. But for me, it's like, man, you did some stuff to my career that never let me settle because now I don't know. It's like, I knew I had lost the fight. And even to this day, I still say I lost the fight. I'm not one of those guys that makes excuses. I was in there. I know I lost.
다시 라이트헤비급 챔피언이 된 코미어는 벨트를 방어하며 챔피언으로서의 커리어를 이어갔습니다.
When you faced off, and then when you turned to the crowd, they gave you the belt, but you just kind of held it down. Was there anything more to that? You didn't really show it off.
It's not like I'm as proud of it because of the loss.
하지만 존존스가 존재하는 한 코미어는 진정한 챔피언이 아니라는 시선이 지배적이었습니다. 그리고 코미어도 그 시선을 누구보다 잘 느끼고 있었죠. 그래서 그는 또 한 번 새로운 도전을 결심합니다. 자신만의 새로운 역사를 쓰기 위해 원래 체급이었던 헤비급으로 다시 올라가 UFC 2체급 챔피언이 되는 것이었죠.
If you beat Stipe Miocic, you will be the greatest of all time. Do you think this is the biggest one of your career?
Yeah, it's the biggest fight of my career. I'm fighting the most successful UFC heavyweight champion of all time, the baddest man on the planet. So nothing I've done to this point is bigger than this. My daughter, Kaden Emery Cormier, she was born on March 6th, 2003. She's been the driving force in everything that I've done for a really long time. I always say that when I go into the octagon, I have my 2 children and I also have my daughter, Kaden. She has the best seat in the house every time I fight because she's an angel on my shoulder that goes into the cage with me. My parents had to deal with the lowest of lows to the highest of highs. Experience a high that they could never have imagined. Then my parents watched me at wrestling matches all through high school and college. All the sacrifices of my dad working multiple jobs, my mom cleaning houses. They saw their boy do this amazing thing. I'm just happy that I was able to give that to him.
And I've been second a lot of times, but today I finally accomplished everything. From crying in this very same octagon last year to becoming the UFC heavyweight champion. Joe, it is the most amazing thing I've ever experienced.
코미어는 마침내 헤비급 방어전까지 승리하며 더 이상 그 누구의 그림자도 아닌 자신만이 새로운 역사를 써내려갔습니다. 만약 이 이야기가 영화였다면 아마 여기서 완벽한 해피엔딩으로 막을 내렸을 것입니다. 하지만 인생은 꼭 영화처럼 흘러가는 것은 아니었습니다.
When I was going into the fight, my parents are normally right front row for the fight, and they weren't, so I called them before the fight and found out he was back in the hospital. I went back to my mom's. My father was just really sick. I got to spend the following week of the fight with my father, and then the next week with my mom. As we were preparing for the funeral, and it just really helped to put things in perspective.
Little Daniel just asked me, "Dad, are you retired?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, Pop." I said, "Would it make you upset if I am?" And he said, "No." So. Said I could spend more time with them, so we'll see what happens.
When my time is over in this sport of mixed martial arts, I want people to remember me as a guy that fought hard every time I got in there. A guy that, although undersized, always gave it 110% and did this thing with class, with honor. And I want to be a guy that people look back on and go, he was a role model, he was a leader. And he's the type of guy that I want my kids to try and mimic in sport and hopefully in life too.
Being on the losing end of two big fights and trilogies, it's a very sad position to be in, but I will deal with it as I've dealt with things in the past. So,
do you think that this is it, or do you have to think about? You have to go home to your family and think about this, or?
You know, Joe, that'll be it for me. You know, I've had a long run. It's been great. I mean, I just fought my last fight for a heavyweight championship, and it was a pretty good fight.
코미어는 결코 순탄한 인생을 살아오지 않았습니다. 하지만 그 힘든 순간들을 그를 무너뜨리지 못했고 오히려 지금의 코미어라는 사람을 만든 가장 큰 밑거름이 되었습니다. 그리고 그런 굴곡이 있었기에 그의 삶은 완벽한 결말을 가진 영화보다 더 영화 같은 이야기로 우리의 마음속에 깊은 여운을 남깁니다.
I've dealt with some shit in my life, man. I have had to go through so much, from my dad to my first kid. I lost my daughter back in 2003. Just from her casket being so small. So small. All the tragedy, all the sadness, all the heartbreak, coming from the circumstances that I came from to be who I am today is more impressive than any type of academic accomplishment. A lot of bad shit can happen, right? And when it does, don't let it crush you. Just use it as motivation to do better. But I always say, anything that you have to deal with, it was like put on your journey. Like it's never clean. I'm thankful to Gilbert because without him showing me how unfair the world could be at times, I would have never known how to overcome. I would have stayed that coward little scared boy. I love that now I face any challenge. You want to step to me, you better be fucking ready. Right? I'm willing to go places that most men aren't. You know, I mean, okay, break my arm. That doesn't mean we're done fighting. That's what I mean. You gotta know at some point you're gonna have to just bite down on your mouthpiece and fight. That's probably the truest thing that nobody ever tells you. I never had to do that until I fought Josh Barnett, you know, where I just had to go, okay, this is a fight. You know, this guy's not going anywhere. I better pack my lunch pail and get ready to go 5 rounds. And at some point, everybody has to do it. Gilbert, because he taught me, like, hey, man, it's easy to be scared. It's better to be brave. And I love that he made me brave. Like, we never have clean journeys. We got to go through so much. And it's like in those moments, like, that's where you figure out who you are. Audrey, my beautiful mother, Percy, my dad, I know you guys are watching me. I'm glad I got to show you so many great things. And I hope that you're proud of me, because nothing ever mattered more to me than making those 2 people proud. It was my ultimate motivation.